Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it is time for our 15th Halloween makeup look, which is crazy that we are already halfway through the month and halfway done with this series. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted and ready for it to be over, but we're having fun. We're having fun. So today I'm doing an anglerfish kind of look. This is one that Made You Look did and I kind of made it my own. So I'm going to start by filling in my eyebrows with a purple eyeshadow. Now I'm only filling in the tail of my my eyebrows with this shadow. So I would say start about the arch and work your way back. For the front half of my brows, I'm going in with a teal eyeshadow, and I don't know why I wanted to do two-tone brows, but I have never really done them before, so I figured why not? Now is the time to try these things. So then I went in and just primed my lids with my concealer, nothing super exciting or different there. Then I went in with a very royal purple shadow and started carving out my crease. I just put this on a fluffy brush and really blended it because as you can see it's a little chalky, so I spent a lot of time blending this shadow out just so that it was nice and smooth. You don't have to use the colors I'm using, by the way. I just thought they were very mermaidy and aquatic, so I'm with purple and teal. But for the lids, I just went in with that same color I used on my eyebrows and tapped that along my eyelids. It's kind of like a Tiffany blue kind of teal shade. I just tapped this along and then blended it into the purple. And then on top of that, I added a wet sugar pill shadow. This is a foiled shadow, and I just sprayed my brush with setting spray and then tapped the shadow on with that. You can also use your finger with foiled shadows like this. They work a lot better that way. I prefer to use them wet just because they stick a lot better, and I think it makes them look super pigmented. And for eyeliner, I went in with my purple liquid eyeliner, just sticking with the theme here. So then I threw on some mascara, and I didn't throw on lashes because I didn't want to close the eye off at all. I wanted it to stay very big and fishy like. If you have like sclera contacts, you could put those in too, and that would really help with the look. But my eyes are super sensitive, so they don't like those kinds of things. Now I'm going in with my foundation, but I am not doing the whole face. I am just doing parts of it to give me an even kind of skin tone and also help accentuate the way that I am painting on the mouth. So I am starting by going all over my forehead, down my nose just a little bit, and then under the eyes as well. Basically everywhere that I am not putting the mouth and teeth. This is just going to help with the contouring that I'm going to do later, having a nice base, and it just evens out my skin so everything looks a bit more flawless, and it keeps my skin from getting stained as well. So I went along my jaw and down my neck with the foundation as well because I'm not going to be painting that section with anything too intense. So now I'm going to speed this up because this is just me painting teeth. This time I went with these long, kind of rounded, squiggly teeth. It's up to you what shape you want to do, but I just wanted to try a different shape. Now you're going to see here that I have a tooth kind of on the side of my nose that I will eventually erase. This is a mistake I made that I wanted to impart on all of you. If you want to really get the optical illusion with this look of having like the really big mouth and your nose kind of disappearing, don't put anything on the sides of your nose because that's going to accentuate the curves and the dips where you want it to be flat. So just kind of leave that area blank and you can fill it in with black and it will make a lot of the shape of your nose kind of go away. So I just did these squiggly little teeth all the way back. Again, it's not going to be like human teeth or a human mouth. So you're going to want to draw those teeth further back than we normally would. And for the lips to kind of disappear, you just have to paint teeth over them. And again, kind of get rid of the curves. So you don't want to draw too far down on the bottom lip or too far above the upper lip. Now, just like I do with every other toothy smile that I paint on my face, I'm going to fill everything in with black, just going around with this. You can always go in with a flesh color as well, or like a pink color, and do gums. I didn't think about doing that until after the fact, but then I kind of looked at the fish from Finding Nemo, because that's what this look is based on. And he doesn't really have gums, or she doesn't have gums, because I think it's a female fish in the movie. Not that that's important. but she doesn't really have gums. It's just kind of teeth and then darkness and shadow. So if you're doing this and you don't want to get too fancy with it, just do what I did here and outline the top of the teeth and then fill in all the little spaces in between. This is honestly the most time consuming part of the look because you don't want to mess up your teeth. Always do the black second. If you do the white second, it will be very hard to clean up any of your mistakes, and it's really easy to end up with a whole lot of gray paint rather than black and white. So like I said, I'm just filling in. I kind of went in and outlined the teeth first and then filled in the negative space after. It just makes the process a little bit quicker. But you'll notice I did not paint the under part of my nose or the middle under part of my nose, so like my septum and part of my upper lip, and I will show you guys why here in just a second. But make sure when you're doing this, you leave that part open if you want to include this little detail. So that little negative space that I just told you about, I filled in with red. This is something I noticed in my reference photo that she did. She left it that way so that it looks like you're kind of looking down the throat of the animal or like at the tongue, like there's just something back there. So again, it creates that optical illusion of something going back in, so it kind of gets rid of your nose. Then I went in with my bronzer and I started adding where little wrinkles and smile lines would be. So at the very corners, I added 2 little wrinkle lines, and then I took my bronzer all across the top of the smile and along the bottom. After I did this, I realized like it's probably not the most anatomically accurate, but that's okay. We're gonna blend it all out and make it look good anyway. But I wanted everything to have a little bit of that peeled back, sort of like an animal-human hybrid look. Like we're not necessarily fully human, we're not necessarily fully anglerfish, almost like a scary kind of siren or mermaid, which you could definitely turn this look into very easily. But I just blended out all of this with my sponge that still had some foundation on it, so it blended in really well. And it's so easy to mess up your paint here. I smudged like 15 times and had to go in and fix everything. So just be patient with yourself during this process. So after I blended all of that out, I went back to finish the eyes. I added white eyeliner all along the bottom of my eyes just to make them look bigger, buggier, and more fish-like. I filled in basically the first line of my first eye crease. And underneath that, I took that teal shadow and just filled in, basically creating a false eyelid there so that it looks like the eyeball is bigger than it is and your eyelid droops down a little bit more. This is just something I wanted to include. Like I said, if you have the contacts, you don't really need to do this, but I just like to make my eyes look bigger like this. Then I went in with a little bit of highlight and added that to the high points of the smile. So right over top of those curved wrinkles that I did and over top of where my nose would be if I had a nose for this look, and kind of down around my chin as well. Some of the smudges actually helped with some of the shading, so happy accidents. So now it's time to add the fish's camouflage. I just took my UV activated paint in a bunch of different colors and added little dots down the sides of my neck and kind of around my face where I would normally contour, along my jawline and my temples. You can use any colors you want here. I went in with some blues, some pinks, some greens, just things that I thought would really pop and be bioluminescent looking and would kind of match my costume and go with our little aquatic color palette. I added some green dots along my nose and just kind of don't be afraid to overlap and mix together, you know, make it more like a pattern, almost like cheetah spots, so that it looks like it's just kind of nature's camouflage happening. But I added some yellow in there as well, and then down my throat I added this glow-in-the-dark glitter that I used before, just to make it look more fish-like and kind of scaly. This has really big chunky glitter in it, so you can do that easily. So now it's time to add my little anglerfish light. I just weaved some Christmas lights underneath my wig like you would with a microphone and threw my wig over top. So here is how it looks. It's not a very mobile look given that I was plugged into an outlet to turn my anglerfish light on, but I'm sure you are all smart enough to find different ways to make it glow. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Bye!